I'm Allison with MuchMusic.com, and I'm here with the stars of Footloose, Julianne Hough, and aren't you guys in it? And Kenny Wormald, did I say it right?
You did. Good job.
Beauty, beauty. I saw the movie last night. I was really nervous going into it because I'm a huge fan, and I loved it. So thank you for not making me hate Footloose.
Thank you.
It was awesome. But you guys are dancers, and I thought, okay, it's just gonna be mostly dancing because you guys are dancers. But you acted the hell out of that movie.
Thank you so much.
How scared were you guys going into that?
I wouldn't say scared, more excited. You know, we were huge fans of the original, so to get to recreate it in our own light and our own version was, absolutely exciting. And I'm glad you like it because we feel strong about it and very proud. So thank you.
And it's cool. Like we really appreciate that because people do know us as dancers, and to go in there and carry a film that is mainly acting with dancing in it. It was a challenge that we were so ready for, and of course, I don't know. We're like you said, we're really proud of it, and we're happy with the outcome. So we're glad that you are too.
I think if people see it, people are gonna have to see it. I think a lot of people are gonna judge it beforehand, so
yeah.
you have to see it.
The original
we
is
love
so
that.
beloved, and there's so many true fans of the original. So the best advice we have for them is just go see it. Yeah.
And you guys grew up as dancers, so I'm sure Footloose was a big movie for you. How hard was it to kind of bring your own Ren and Ariel, but also stay true to the original? Were you worried, I don't want to look too much like Kevin, but I want to honor the movie?
Yeah, I think we both knew the original film so well from seeing it as dancers growing up. Probably saw it like 100 times between each other. But, once we booked the role, I don't think we studied the old film. We wanted to, put our own twist on it, and having Craig Brewer as our director, who's incredible, and he also rewrote Dean Pitchford's original script. So it felt brand new to us. It felt like a first time. It didn't feel like we were mimicking or copying anyone. So
Yeah, and it was such a great script that we wanted to be the characters that were written on the page for us and interpret it in our way. And because, Craig kept it so similar, it was hard to venture out too far anyway. So
Right.
it was like...
Nice balance.
Yeah, it was a very, very nice balance, so...
And you had an amazing cast. You had Dennis Quaid and Andy McDowell. As first-time actors, really, were you able to learn a lot from them?
Totally. I was like so excited to work with Dennis because one, I'm just a huge fan. So is my dad, and and yeah, those were some of my most challenging scenes were with him, and to have somebody as seasoned as him and has had a career for this long, it was really, I don't know. I learned a lot, and I also just have so much respect for him because of the way that he has the respect for a newcomer the way that he would with a seasoned actor. So it was really cool, and yeah, you definitely learned a lot.
When you're working with someone like him, someone who's just been around so long, he's such a great actor, it's not acting. You believe in what he says, so it makes you better. So it was such a grateful experience to have worked with actors like him and Andy.
Something that you talked a bit about the screen last night, and I was hoping, Julianne, you might be able to talk about it, because I thought it was so interesting. You were saying scenes with Dennis, he kept acting with you, whereas a lot of actors just have stand-ins or aren't paying attention, but he stayed in scenes with you.
Yeah.
Is that, what kind of a difference did that make?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, and I'm not saying this is all actors, but yeah, a lot of actors kind of, they've done it for a long time or whatever, so they just have a stand-in come in and do it when they're off camera, and I don't know, it helped so much because you want to actually do the scene, and hopefully you can do it in one take, and that's what you see on the screen. So the fact that he was just so giving, and like he would in an emotional scene that we did, it was like I had to be pretty emotional, but so did he, and he gave that every single time, which in turn helped my performance. So it was just really cool. I'm happy that happened.
And there are some differences for sure, but a lot of the clothing was the same, and key pieces like your red boots and the prom dress and Ren's jacket. Did that help you guys get into character? Is knowing, like, recognizing the pieces of clothing?
Absolutely. When I threw on that red jacket, that was like, okay, this is Footloose. Like, we were really doing this. So yeah, it was great to have some of the iconic wardrobe. Definitely helped us.
And like even I had to dye my hair brown, and I wore freckles, and like it totally turned me into Ariel. And I think I'm a very like visual, and like just getting into character just makes a huge difference. Like clothing, looks wise, everything.
And
We love saws in the middle.
Can we
of
throw
interviews.
something at that guy? Hey.
Yeah, go Boston on him if you could.
Yeah. What's up, guy?
Thank you.
So Jamal Sims is the choreographer. You guys come in as dancers. Did you get to work with him on the choreography, or did you kind of stick to what he had laid out for you?
Yeah, well, you know, being dancers, I think Jamal was excited to have actors who could dance, and we were excited to have a choreographer who's so amazing, and he's done every kind of job you can imagine as a choreographer. So we trusted him. You know, whatever he said definitely was already good, and he was open to having us kind of have a little bit of freestyle of our own bits and pieces within what he gave to us. So yeah, it was a great opportunity for, I think, all of us to work together.
Was that your first time line dancing in the film?
I admit that's my first line dance.
I have done it, but not that sexy. So I think line dancing may turn into that.
I feel like there's going to be a resurgence of line dancing as a result of this movie.
I was trying to make it funkier than your average line dance, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of from the hip-hop dance world, so I was trying to add a little swag into my line dancing.
Totally.
Of course, with a movie that is as beloved as Footloose, there's going to be a lot of backlash, and there's already been articles written and people haven't seen the movie yet. Was that something you guys were aware of while you were making the film? Did you discuss that at all?
I mean, I think that we knew going into it that this, you know, people are probably going to say something, but you know what? You can't let that come in between what you're going to do and the end product, because you won't be able to truly do what you want to do if you're trying to please people. So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be, you know, lashes towards us and questions, but I think that our argument is, before you judge, you have to go and see it. Like, you know, don't judge a remake by its original.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And when we
So-
were shooting it, we weren't afraid or
No.
afraid of what people were going to say. When we were in our Footloose world and we were shooting in Georgia, we were so tapped into what we were doing that we didn't really worry about the outside. Now that we're, you know, promoting in it and the trailer's out, people are starting to have the questions. But like we said, just go see it, man. It's awesome. It's fun.
And like, I think too, like, we're proud of it, and so, like,
As
you know,
as original fans.
yeah, as original fans. So, like, the fact that you know, we're proud of it, and we were happy doing it while we were doing it. There was no question in our mind that people weren't gonna like this. Like, we're like, everybody should love this.
And Dean Pitchford, the original writer, has seen it, and he was crying. He was tearing up. He
Yeah.
absolutely loves it. So if that guy likes it, all the original fans will totally love it. Yeah.
Well, you have to judge for yourself. It's in theaters October 14th. Do not miss it. As an original fan, I'm telling you, you have to see the new Footloose.